It's me, Gleb the Polish Citizen, and this is a video about how I did a game during SoloDevJam4. The jam was a week ago. Um, it lasted 3 days, and during this jam I basically recorded a lot of video, basically 2 hours. So I just decided to let you see it, so you can know what it's like to developing games if you want. First of all, you please play this game yourself, test it, and see what we are talking about here. If you are interested in this game, then please help me reach more people. I think it's a good game. So if you know about this game and if you want to see how I did it, this video is for you. Also note that there are devlogs that I writing on each, so you can read more about the development process if you're okay with text. So sit down, grab a cup of tea. It will be a long video. I hope you will have a nice time watching these devlogs, and I think I need to place here some really important information that I found in these devlogs. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, you. Check, subscribe button. Yeah, I know. But do it. So, it's Friday. The day where GMTK Jam voting is still going. Today I have finished screenshots and I made a video about my game. At least you will see a good cover and screenshots and a video. So today another game jam is starting. It's a solo dev game jam that I've submitted to some time ago, and I basically forgot about the fact that it will be in August, basically in this weekend. It will last 3 days, but it is only for solo devs. So I will participate in it also. I think I will beat my record of working hours per week. The fun fact is that one of my ideas that was with me for some time are really laying down into the theme. So the theme is 2 button controls, and basically my game about rafting, about kayaking more, will be perfect for this jam. So I can just make a prototype out of it, but I will need to adjust controls because I was thinking to make it like more touchscreen game when you just like rowing with your fingers and making stops and like commanding what you do. But probably I can just make it really like 2 buttons. The rules are solo devs only. I am a solo dev. It should be a new project. It's my new project. I think it's... I think finally one of my ideas basically worked for a jam. Let's see how it will go. Hi. Another day, another jam. For this jam, one of my ideas basically perfectly fit into this jam. So I will just use it. It saves me a lot of time of planning because I already thought about this idea. So the theme is 2 buttons only, or how is it? 2 button controls. Okay, it's just 2 button controls. What is the idea? It's about whitewater kayaking, rafting. It's about descending with whitewater, like going downstream on some boat. There are different kinds of boats, and you need to paddle basically. So, and you already like have limited controls in this boat, so you even in some types you even can't lean or do something like shift your center of mass, and it's basically like just about pedaling, and that's it. And you have a pedal, yes, so you can pedal. And so I will make, because it's a solo. He is not working, so you know, Tundra, you're not allowed to. It's a solo dev jam. So we have like A and D buttons. I hope it's not mirrored. And it will basically be like left pedaling, right pedaling, and single tap. It's rowing. How does it spelled? English is so weird. Okay, let's say it with O. It's rowing and double. It's basically stop. I don't know how to. I need to Google how to say about it in English. Language barrier, but I think I don't need to explain it. It will be just mechanics you will get. And that's it. So by rowing only on one direction, you can rotate. You can rotate your boat, and the boat is obviously need to have like points of force implementation. So for example, if you are getting like if there are some stream here and now here, you will be turning left, so you need to like row more on the left. But also if there is a big stream here and not so big here, rowing with your left will give much more speed than rowing with your right, so you'll be continuously turning. And what is possible to do? Basically, what I need to do is boat and controls. We just need to do this stuff. Second is water mechanics. It's basically like the hardest. So I know that you can deform meshes, and I know that you can add like some with rivers. It's actually quite interesting because they are pretty stable all the time. So if you are not doing some seasonal rafting, like when only in one day there is some changes in weather, they actually like just within one day at least, it's really stable stream, and you have like basically when you do rafting, you often have like maps of stream stream shapes, kind of currents, like obstacles. They are basically could be like mapped. So we will use it because that means that we can just set them like objects. Probably it will be good enough with simple mechanics. My plan for this jam, so I am taking into account all information that I received from the previous jam that was so long ago. It's still like the rating is still going, but I realized my mistake that I haven't used assets. Well, I like to show that I can do it by myself. But for this, it's really clear that free third-party assets, they are allowed. So basically, as long as it's not really skin of your previous project, and I don't have such project, it's just an idea that I have, it's okay. And the rules that are, you need to have like basically project and list them. But I mean, I set my goal for this jam because I already know that the concept of game is good. I already was thinking to like find some time to do it. That's the perfect time. I will try to use as many free assets as I can. So no self-made music, no self-made sounds, no self-made, basically pretty much anything that I can find. I already found a board. I think it's the hardest freezy part. I mean, I kind of know Blender now, and probably I can spend only one day doing it, but no, I will not. I will see some mesh changes for water. Probably I could find something for it. I think I will just try to make it low poly, simple. So I will not try with lightings that I did for like my previous project because you can't see them really. So I will try to make it a simple and easy to render game. I will test it on my small laptop just to keep it like simple at the beginning. My plan is to allow myself use assets and probably aim to win. We'll see. I hope that tomorrow, no, today, I'm forgetting words. And it's not English, it's words in general. So this day, evening, I hoped that I will show you some good results. Let's see. So Um, I have a schedule here. It basically some small steps I need to do for having a game ready. So basically, the plan was to do today um, controls because doing it with only two keys actually challenging because you need to have very good, flexible, and understandable for yourself as a developer way of interaction. So I wrote, yeah, Windows allows us to see it, so you can see it here. So what do we have here? I forgot. Yeah, so I styled it as I spent some iterations working on this code, but because I wasn't quite understanding what I want at the end. But as a result, we have, I would say, like old school programming. At least that's what I was taught at work. So we have here basically one array. It's fixed size, so it should be optimized. But I don't believe in Unity, so probably not. But I don't care. At least it's intuitive to work with for me. It's as one state, which basically can be like doing nothing, rowing, stopping, or some other action. So the main problem, obvious problem, with having only two buttons is that you have only two buttons. I think it's harder to make game like with only one button. It will be like even Tetris has more buttons. I think only Flippy Bird can be controlled using only one button. Other games like need some input method, so it's really challenging jam. But for my idea, as I said, it's working very good with this jam. Is that you have basically let me show you some finished thing. Why you're compiling? I haven't finished anything. Or have I? So I have asset that I found in asset store. It's free, so I still can count for price. And basically just a boat, a kayak with a pedal. And basically the idea is that you have a pedal and you can only like rowing left, or rowing right, or doing like stops. But I mean, actually you have like more control over the boat, but you can simplify it this way. Also, it will work for like catamaran. I'm not sure that you understand what I'm saying, but here is an old photo. So it's like inflatable boat. It's way more stable. I did it with 4 people, but it can be done with 2 people and 2 rows. And so the idea is that here and there you have only way to like row on one side, stop on one side, and do the same on the second side, and that's it. So you can only like put like each your button for each side. Okay, at least I'm able to show you my code. So I think the main thing here is this read the input key. So we have like 2 variables that we can no, don't do anything. So we have like 2 variables that we get from reading keys, and here we can like add all keys we want, all pairs of keys. It can be like A and D, like VASD, like arrows on gamepad. I don't have a gamepad, or any other type of input. You can put on this input methods, and then I basically like the logic decides basically how much type you typed on the button. Rather you click once and you holding it, then you probably just want to row. If you're holding it like boom boom and holding, then you'll just want to stop. And if you're doing like boom boom boom, then you want to do something else, but for now I also count it as stop. And also it's just at some point, what? Yeah, so we have a lot of constants here because we need to like adjust it. So we have, so I try to like separate it up when you like holding it and when you releasing button and when you want to type, double type on it. I play it a little bit, but the time is pretty much the same, but at least I can adjust it if I want. We have rowing time, it's basically the time that we'll go rowby, and after it will still like doing nothing. And basically press time and press numbers, it's like, so it's pretty simple. And with these arrays, we have, I think, readable code. So here, yeah, we initializing like same things twice, like for left and right, but in this read the key pattern we just have n, it's like rather left or right, 0 or 1, and we basically just reading it for both keys. And the code is pretty much complicated, I spent some time on it. But at least I can adjust everything I want here, so I can, because I think I would want to do some action in addition to like rowing and stopping, and at least I have opportunity to do it faster, and at least I'm sure that code will work and it's not like cheat code, and at least I can rely on it. Yeah, and we have debug text also. So firstly I tested it without a model at all. I just did a small debug panel for camera, and here is, so it's left is nothing, left is rowing, left is stopping, you see, and we can row, and you see that it's bum, nothing. It was first half of the day. Then I worked on animation, because it's basically really important, because you don't want to see it as text on left screen, because you want to like see the pedal, you want to feel it. Basically I just finished the animation of returning it after stopping, or so I finished just this boom. Now it's good. So when we rowing, we just setting it, but we expecting it. We hit button, we see action immediately, because there is some delay when we trying to understand whether there will be double type or not. So I think it's just good as it is. And returning is like relaxing, because when you don't expect it as immediate action, especially if you're like holding it and just, that's it. Yeah, so the animation is basically just in Unity, just rotating, placing it, and I just have a bunch of functions that are like calculating points, like start point, end point, and action in the middle. And I really like how it's possible to do it with just percentage. It's not with percentage. Here it's with percentage, because stopping is like immediate action. So with percentage, we can see the number, so we have a step. It's like, you're sure that it will work if you code it with percentage. And the funny fact that I think I will just show you the image, but I need to look at myself right now. The fun fact is that how I did it. I basically set it up this, and then I opened, so it was all zeros. I opened editor, and then I just started to like place pedal into points that I want, and then I just copy pasted rotation, position, and that's it. And I wasn't sure how to mirror the action, and basically it was one of the reason for bugs that I fixed right now. So it wasn't easy, but as you can see, just x-axis is different because probably it's just in x-axis, in local axis, it's different. And so I deleted left and right. I kept only like one vector that's by default for left, and for right you need to just subtract 100 degrees. You need to subtract your angle from 100 degrees. And rotation and position, you need to just multiply by -1. That's it. And it's working smoothly, it's working perfectly, all in Unity, not in Blender, because I don't know how to animate in Blender yet. But it's just animation. It doesn't do anything, so I can even disable this pedal. Kind of don't work. Nice. I think the force is too slow. I don't. So, and then it was one part of. Yeah. It is done, at least. And the simple physics, as I described it to you, I wanted it to do it with points in my boat. So I have a boat and I have one like here, 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 and two pedals, basically like points outside the boat. And you just apply forces through these points. It's like directional, rotational, all the stuff. And also, like water is also needed. I still was needed to look through like tutorial to see how to apply these forces, and it was for water, but I still need to adjust it. It will not work for river at all. So need to adjust physics, need to do all elements, all rapid structures, all these forces of the structures will basically, I want them to do like basically like with triggers, to just apply forces like on nose, on pedal, where you want it. And I need to adjust values so it feel naturally. Need to think how to better do shader for river. How to make it pretty, I know. I have assets, I just need to like randomly do all pretty stuff. No hard. That's it for today. See you tomorrow. So yesterday I stopped at this point of plan. I was needed to add sound manager and add sounds to the game. Now I've edit. I will not show it. Now I've added the basic sound manager, and but I just noticed that for rowing, so I made like random sounds for rowing, so you will not get bored while you get most frequent sound in, in the game. So these sounds, I just found that they first of all, I found sounds. It was today. I found music sounds and did all licensing for one sound. So yeah, so it's all free, and I have like common license, so I had copied all things. So I now assemble it. Now when I edit, I noticed that I want to like make once when you row on the left, so you hear it only your left, and when you do it on right, you hear on right. For some reason, it's not accessible within Unity. I've spent some time on it. Then I was thinking, okay, I'm a programmer, I can use Python. There is a Python library for WAV files. It doesn't allow you to change volume, and it's hard to combine them. So I found examples for this library, like for Python number 2. Yeah, and examples like 13 years old will not work for me. So, as always, Ubuntu saves us. Basically, no, it's better like this. So basically, I just wrote a single script that I need to edit because I messed left and right. So let's just do it quickly. So I just got all file names here because, well, you can iterate in a folder, but it was just another way to just ls, copy, paste, done. At least you know, at least you're sure that you will not edit other files, because it's hard to use mask here. So we will change namings because I missed the channels. Save, exit, execute, done. That's easy. Unity, Windows, Python could be better. Ubuntu, the best thing in the world. Now, so it was like my first. I think the sounds are ready. I will need to. Now I will copy and paste it to the project because it's on another laptop. But other sounds I will edit later. I will see how they are going. Probably don't have a time to set up like 3D scene sound, so it will be like basic background music, river sound, and it will also be, I have downloaded several types of rivers, so like more calm one and like white water. So when you will go to like rapid, it will basically just play, it will keep playing sound, background music. I've downloaded 3 compositions, could use them to like divide the level into like 3 stages because they are like more like tuts, how would you say it, energetic. I also downloaded one composition, one sound of birds. So it's in a fjord of Gansrødbyrkta in Norway. So, and basically because so this game, why I had idea before, because I did some whitewater rafting and had some accident in Norway. So it will be Norway because I need to like live it through. And you will basically start like near like waterfalls because it's Norway. Mountains, like forest, and you will, at the end, you will go to fjord. And I also set it up like a good movie-like ending. So I will just it's so easy. I will just make like calm water, and it will be like narrow fjord, and you will just, the camera will be fixed. It will just go to some fixed position. The kayak will just continue rowing by itself without your controls, and then titles will appear like game by me, subscribe, like, buy me some coffee please. I do need some coffee. That is covering the part for today, actually. So I not only did like sound design, so sound design is basically ready. Sound manager, I will just need to finish script because of left right channels. I just need to copy paste array, make it on the left and right basically, and make it play on the left and right sounds. Same for stopping, but I will do it probably just in Audacity because it's easier in Windows to just do it manually, and I can just hear how it sounds. Yeah, and will be for stopping, but for stopping I think we also need to loop it. But okay, so just a couple of more steps and it will be done. And I need to start doing other things. One of the main problems for today, by the end of this day, we need to have basically finished game in in some theoretical world. But it will be nice to have like a finished game today. It will be nice, yeah, to finish it only in 48 hours. A good game by a solo developer, why not? Obviously tomorrow I will have time to like polish it, to make it like very good game. Obviously with polishing it's always good to test things, so I like when I like doing like outlay of a level or some like design decisions, like just basically when I will copy paste prefabs for trees, some flowers, like mountains, waterfalls, maybe add some more sounds for background. I don't know, to just to make it feel nicer, like adjust lighting settings, all this, etc. It will be good for me to test the game, because I just launching it, I'm seeing how it's looking, I'm just rowing, you know, with two things, and nice. So, and it will look good for testing, so probably some beauty things I can kind of postpone to tomorrow. I mean, it will be just be rational. But obviously the whole layout of the game with all cutscenes, with all text, even with all information for playing, we need to have tomorrow, today. For physics, main idea is ready, I just need to balance it. To add proper forces, to like play with variables, to like make sure that it's pedaling like a normal kayak, not like some buggy thing that launches itself to the sky. For water, I honestly don't know what I will do. Probably it could be just fixed mesh, and I definitely need some effects. Yeah. So the menu and game controller somehow ready. With sounds, we have some really good basis for the game, and I've made it already. Let me show you. And I've made it already styled. For previous jam I struggled with idea, and I lost some time by thinking about concept and all the stuff, what I need to do. Here I already know, so that's why it's already looking like this. And I'm not afraid anymore of using assets. So we have sounds. Should listen it. It's also in a different scaler mixer. So we can set the different sounds as we like, easily, like just one switch. And I'm planning to do it as a settings if I will have time. For now, it is not the most important thing. The music can be just switch on and off, and the sounds can be just same. For prototype, it will be enough. So what real matter is the menu itself, because I made it with only 2 buttons. So you need to press your control buttons 3 times or more, and it will switch to menu and back. Of course, in menu you need to click on the buttons, but you don't need it. So you can use your finger if you want. Or mouse. Does mouse count? I don't know. Only 2 buttons and mouse. Why not? So technically, even this menu fits the same. Obviously, so I also made escape and Q to make it more intuitive, because it's just I think it's just some funny idea for this specific jam to do it only on 2 buttons. And so with these different controls, so you have this beautiful menu. It's also asset that I used. Actually, I used it before in my first game that I published. This button, this button, this button, and this button, they're working. Settings, I don't have settings right now. But for controls, we have this beautiful thing. It's basically I think it's a prototype. I will finish the sprites of arrow down and arrow up with pressed or unpressed buttons. So you will see what you need to type to what you need to type to activate commands, because with only 2 buttons you need to explain how you need to use them. So holding one button, rowing, okay. Stopping, you need to show this, and for menu, it's a thing that I did. You need to show that it's also available, because it fits the same more. Yeah, so we can return, and here no other keys except menu are working, so only rowing with 2 pedals, with 2 sides. Let's stop this. Yes, as you see, I also trying to do everything with prefabs, or with some global variables or other stuff, to basically allow myself easily to adjust it. Because I think I could make it polished, and it will be just easy for me to adjust. It's not hard-coded. So we have controls. We have kayak. have a pedal. We can row and we can move actually, and we can float, can be floating in water. We didn't have some sleep, but never mind. Okay, some sleep, but not as I wanted, especially after the previous jam. We have also selected music and other sounds that I just need to play. It's no problem. Why I saying we? It's a solo jam. Even Tundra is not here. You see, I'm not cheating. I'm alone. My body resting. I'm jealous. So testing, compiling all the stuff. Also, I've tested it on my laptop. That helped me to do sounds. And it seems working normally. It's really old laptop, so it was bad even when I had it. I have it for like 12 years. It's really old. I upgraded it. I am keeping it in good shape, but still, so it's like a good way to show performance here. This game is good, at least at this moment, so I can add more like shapes and all the stuff, and it will not be so bad. So I showed you the idea for like ending. Smooth animation for pedal. I wish I had a whiteboard, but it's just a paper with some wall-friendly tape. So it's good. Okay. Basic physics. So like steel, water physics. I need to like propel with pedals and rotate easily, because kayak, you know, is actually rotates really easily. This shaped kayak probably will not like spin, but some of them really do it, and I have a style of going through these kind of obstacles when you just decide that okay, when you just, so you're just spinning and you just finish your spin, and then you just decide, okay, I will go backwards, turn forward, because it just easily, because we probably will just rotate afterwards, and then you will go nose forward, and who cares? If you wear a helmet, it's safe, relatively, yeah. And what I wanted to show you, that I actually found one of the books that I actually using for like rafting itself. It's really old book. It's from 1990s, so 1990. But here you can see that the currents in river, they really can be drawn on a map with just basic arrows, and that basically means that, as I said, river is a pretty stable thing. All currents, at least when you go in one day, let's say it like this, for some period of time, it's pretty stable. It's not laminar flow, but all structures are there. And we have something like some constant speed of river. At some places it goes faster, at some places it goes slower, at some places we have shallow area, so we are losing speed. And if for example, and if we are also pedaling, if we are pedaling, we could have different strings on left and right, and when you pedal on the right will be equal to like 3 or 4 pedals on the left, because the flow on the right is really hard. And basically the stopping, it's not a stopping, it's just going by the speed of string that you pedal in, and it could be actually accelerating or going backwards, because sometimes there are like backwards movements. They're not so big, but they affect like rotation a lot, and as I said, rotation is a really good thing. Sadly, I will not be able to make like 100% accurate physical simulation of water, so I need to like make some simple things. So we will have, at least for now, we will have like different speed. And this all will be probably, I will do it just with triggers. I know how it's optimal, but who cares? So I hope to do this like another third of this day, and then it will be to make like not so I mean, okay, forget about timings. We will do these elements, we will adjust physics, make these elements, then I will assemble like gray box the whole level actually, or maybe like some part of it to test it, and then of course increase it. And then I will need to replace, so it should be playable, and then I will need to like switch this box to normal terrain, give it some random objects all around, and tomorrow or later today I will think about how to add some shaders or some animation to show the different in flow, the different patterns on river. But yeah, also I was thinking about adding a map instead of story, and scene map. For example, I can just take a screenshot of like area above and add a simple calculation of a distance, so I can show where player is right now, and can just show like go here, or start is here, start, and we'll see. I think it's like half of a jam left, so I worked 1 full day, half of a day, I have another half of a day, and tomorrow will be another full day because I am a lark, and probably I will end before 9 anyway because I will want to sleep. Let's continue. So it is 7:30. I have worked for 10.5 hours only today. Yesterday it was like full 13-14 working day. I'm stopping timer when I'm like going to shower, sleeping. Yeah, that's it. And taking some real breaks. But in general, this is like top speed. I cannot work faster. So what I will continue working today. I'm like full adrenaline mode, berserker mode, both basically. So what I did, this. Okay, Windows started, and so as we So first, as you see, it's bouncing, and it is at least problem. At least it's not launching itself into sky. The main thing what I did was this. You see how it rotates, and basically I can rotate 120. I can pedal forward, and it feels so like accurately. You really like doing this in your real life. It's long, like returning things. I think I need to increase drag for nose and stern specifically. I will see through overall. So the main thing that I did was I balanced physics. Now it's now looking okay, and you can see that blah 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 blah. Our boat is actually on water, like it's supposed to be. Yeah, so it's like normally. And also, by the way, I have this very beautiful not soup, but show debug button. So I just click in this inside my inspector, and it immediately activated all debug things that I want, like this string, but I think I don't need it anymore because it's working really good. And I have these points, so I can see how the collision is working if I need. So they have meshes on purpose, so I can first of all locate them easily. I can see like this spheres, and I can debug it. So basically, yeah, you need to see some invisible object as well. But let's disable it. It doesn't disable this one yet. It's very easy to do, so no problem. What is this? It's actually current. It's actually something that will accelerate your freaking boat. So let's do it. No. Pointing my nose. It's like in real life. Oh no! I think it's good. It's really good. And we continue. So that means that I think I need a very long level. Basically, that's what I will do evening. After I will finish some more things. This bounce, I don't like it. Yeah, and so how does this work? I will show you a little bit later. Let me show you the menu first. So we're clicking two buttons like ding ding ding, and now I will finish it. I have this, so this small animation shows so it's just switching meshes, and it's working at the same time as my it's like 80% of a window for double press. So you can adjust this crucial setting. It will be a slider here, so you will be able to adjust it, and you will see how fast you need to click. Because 80%, and if you will be a little bit slower, you will miss the timing. So it's the top of how fast it detects. But actually detects as fast as your keyboard works, or Unity. Probably Unity is slower. What else we have here? We have settings. Yeah, beautiful menu. Yeah, a lot of settings, but at least I did this screen. And most important thing is yeah, because we're outside, we're here. That makes sense. Let's actually a little bit grow a little bit and go to the center. Okay, and sounds. It should work. I'm working without. It's so good. It's so good. It's like I can feel it. Yeah. As I was saying, I had an accident with this. I almost died, and so it's my therapy actually. Um, yeah, and uh, it's so good. Yeah, at least you can feel that you are safe. Yeah. So we are somewhere in the center. Let's quit with Q. As I said, I decided to like add more intuitive buttons for menu because I don't think that much people will do menu also on 2 buttons. I was thinking to set like the whole interaction only on 2 buttons, but I think it will be too much. So standard UI we have here. If you want, you can not use it. And the menu is accessible with 2 buttons, so you can like grab cup of tea, work here, and continue your journey along this beautiful river that I need to do. But this map, we're here. So this map actually works really smooth. Now, smooth, it was hard to set it. But now it works smoothly. So how it works, I have just 2 borders. I have I have a left border, so we can set it like here, and I have a front right border. I can set it here, and when we launch our game, we can see that we're in the beginning of map as we were. So it basically just uses these 2 points to calculate relative distance, and so it scales the width of map, because map will be like high longer than width. So in UI I set it like the height that I want, and then just making it shorter. And it places object. The only thing, if you will do it, I recommend you to just set this player position to the corner, because then you just need to calculate the position without subtracting, like, so it's not, so the 0 is on your corner. I think it's just easier. And also icon, I set it so its pivot is still in the center. Yeah, so if it will be in corner, it will be like centered in a corner. What else? So it was menu. Yes. We can restart, we can continue, we can exit. Exit works. I tested it on Ubuntu. I said it before. I started to forget what I have said. Of course, Gleb, how you will do the outline of the river? So, I just took that, basically the idea that points should be, that you need to calculate forces based on points you have on your object, and then create a relative vector of speed, vector force, basically. It's obvious when you work with it. The problem is how to do it in Unity. So I found this tutorial how to do basic board in Unity. It just floats on surface. My surface is flat. I will test whether it is rational or not to do it like not flat, and how to do this indication of currents, but it's for tomorrow. Today we need level, when we need to finish all the things, like all sounds, all stuff, all things, all fonts. So yeah, so I said, so it's just all points. It knows the location of water. It just takes the location how deep it is in the water, and then it calculates force. So it adds force, and also it is you adding weight on your dots, not on your like rigid body. So you disable the gravity affection for a rigid body, and these dots, they are doing gravity because it's because you need to like, but probably it's not so important actually. Anyway, I just added two more types of force addition to these dots. One is pedal, and it's basically this pedal left, pedal right. So it's just, so this pedal is just a point, it's not a real pedal. The pedal is just animation. Also, as a mesh of both, we have collider, like capsule collider standard for Unity. You see this, so both collides with collider and use these dots as spheres, as controls for forces. So I also tried to set float of here, but because because your pedal, you can like balance with it, but no, you don't need to do it. So I disabled it for now. I probably need to delete it, but you don't want to delete much stuff in Jam, otherwise you will not be able to redo it. So we have a pedal. It works similar way. So we just faced. This sphere is faced forward, and when you just doing this, you facing forward. That's it. Also, yeah, and we have draggers. So when we entering this box collider of current, it tells us in which direction, with which force it propels. I don't know. The fact is that we just moving with this dot. So if a half of a boat will enter the current, it will basically affect this side. So let me show you. So yeah, we go in traverse. You see? It's how in real life, basically. So you like affected by a current, and boom. So this current is basically have just dragging force, dragging pointer, which is just arrow that I did to basically see where it is propels, or you can also change it a little bit. So it's box collider, but arrow can be like directed into some different direction, and it has priority. And basically dragger has only two functions. So you just write all instances of currents that you are in, and you see which one of them has bigger priority. And the one with biggest, it will only affect, so it's not sums. And also when you exit it, it's discard, and it's it. I tested it in my previous jam. This trigger exit works badly, but only if object was disabled. I will not disable my objects, so it should work. And it is the most optimal way, I think, at least, because you only have like, I entered, I exited, that's it. And so after we entered or exited, we like doing recalculation. Who is a ruler here? Who is most current? And we just saving the direction that it says us, the dragging force that it has, and priority. And we're like basically looking for the biggest priority. And If we have it, we just applying force in this direction. That's simple. And it works for each of dots around the boat, and it also should work, I will do it right now, for stopping when you're paddling. Because basically you're not stopping, but you are trying to get with the same speed as current is. You're applying force basically to your boat. And sometimes it's not stopping, it's actually accelerating or turning or doing something stupid, but I need to do it. So this is that simple. Now, so yes, and why do I have priorities? So basically my idea is to have a big river with like a big boxes. Let's say like a main current, because mountain rivers, they like have constant current. I will do probably some lakes for easiness. In the beginning there will be some lakes in between where you can just fill your boat, but then it will be again a current. So it's more like Finland or Karelia styled rivers, and the mountain ones are in Norway, and in Norway they're sometimes with waterfalls, but waterfall I will do later, because otherwise with this physics I will break something. Definitely will break. So I will go like from big to small. With big but low priority boxes I will do like main currents, and with small I will add some tricks into the river, like it's going faster or slower even, or reverse, with, as you saw, rocks. Rocks, they actually like have some pattern. So when we have a rock and we have a flow that is going, this flow is like goes around it, but it works like the same like an aeroplane with dragging. So here we have like low pressure thing. That means that these currents, they are faster, and here we have like slow water. And we can use it. Also, I will add shallow water. Basically, it will just be some non-current inside a current. So like bigger priority with less drag, with less force in it. And I have a beautiful sound of kayak going over sand. I just want you to feel the same when you go over these things. They're all around, and then you think, I wish the river will go faster, and then it goes faster. And then you wish you're staying in shallow water. Yeah. Plan is, for today, finish all elements, so I need to stop, I need all it to work perfectly, and also probably continue adjusting this physical setting, because adjusting of variables, it's hard process. It's not hard, but time consuming, and it's stressing. All time consuming processes. I want to make like polish styled polish style. I want to polish it. I will do this outlay of level. We'll start doing terrain in Unity probably now, just to see how it works, and I want to feel like that I'm moving. And tomorrow, I hope, will be left testing, adjusting, make it the beautiful game you saw in the jam. And screenshot description is also very important, as I get it from the previous jam that was a week ago, less than a week ago. See you sometime later, probably tomorrow. I think I need to stop like talking for 20 or more minutes, but I think I would just need it to break and like to reschedule everything, because when I'm talking with you, I'm actually also planning and structuring my thoughts and actually seeing how much I did in this short period of time. We will continue. I will continue. It is SoloJam. I will continue. It is 9:34 Monday, third day. I have an opportunity to work full day today. So it is my third day of this channel, and let me show you what I've done. So it's the evening. I basically started. So after adjusting some settings and after doing this devlog record that was earlier when I showed you these boxes and all the stuff, the acceleration boxes, the main like thing that I will set through the river and make it like accelerate you, like change you and all the stuff. So to mute volume for myself, I will just plug empty cable. Let me show you. I've did the menu or the fixes. So I had a list of things that I need to do. It was like sounds and music. I was needed to add them also to audio manager. It also were needed to make stereo files from monos, because some record that I took, they were like stereo but only with one channel. So I was needed to like select one channel and then make it two and then crop in assets that I used. Some guy just said like some more river sounds, and I was needed to crop it, but it wasn't hard, and just proper naming. And I did also sound for holding. Yes, I did it good. So I did sound for stopping, but it works only if you have some relative speed or if your pedal is affected by a current, by acceleration. This acceleration box is current. So in still water, you don't have this sound. Also done. I don't remember have I fixed animation right now or not, but I fixed animation with stopping, because suddenly when I've added like properly pedal stop, I have a proper stop, so it also stops now or accelerates. So it's basically like set your speed relative with current water speed. That's how pedal works basically. Also, I made acceleration when you're roving inside the current, so it's like more accurate right now. I basically just reading this 5 steps, so it's not like script or something. I wish it would be, because my talking abilities are like limited right now. Talking, speaking, who knows. definitely not me. Settings. They are ready. Control explanation. Ready. Bouncy problem still there. Need to adjust some physics. But I will do it now with some bouncing through the objects. Need to set it like properly. So besides the small fixes, I would say that rowing now is like very natural. It's like you get the true experience of rowing with it. Trust me. It's really like that. When you like pedaling on one side, you just so you can just make you spin right now, right run, baby, right run. The main stuff that I did was menu. Let me press a triple hit buttons for you. So it's menu. The map I showed you, I fixed this relative position, so it's now working properly. The image here will be just a screenshot from isometric view when I will finish the level, and I will just add handwriting like start, end here, and that's it. Maybe I will add like some camp as the middle, so you have some like I don't know. So the main thing that I did was this. So nice. Yeah, basically I just draw this hidden button. Obviously I found a reference how to do it, but it was just a reference of button, basically, with shades and all the stuff. So I hand draw it with this pencil, with this stylus, and it's looking so good. But it's actually like 2 sprites only, like hidden, not hidden. You can just ding ding, and you can now you can easily see the patterns that you need to press, and you also can change your controls. I mean, I'm not evil person, so I'm not setting off controls, so it's still like reading whether you press arrows or A and D, just because it will feel more like natural, and it's like still 2 buttons. You just select them what you want, because the input is the same, the actions are the same, and you will not take. So I mean, if you will take no advantage if you will hit D and right arrow, you will just mess with your controls, and that's it. So I think it's like perfectly fitting the theme with 2 buttons only. I mean, I can like overthink a lot, so no problem. And here you can select. It's basically just changes the sprites, and this acceleration process it's actually pretty interesting how it's working. I think it's the raw image. No, let me see. Like stop image. So I just wrote a script where you can select a sequence of presses. So you can see that it's like click, then pause, then like hold. And so we have this effect of like clicking and waiting. Yeah, and triple. So you can see that you need to hold both. I think I need to add like both key here. And settings. I just finished settings. So here we also can see this button. So this music, Kayak and River, they are like just changing the master mix, not master mix, but like a mix's volume. You can see it, so you can set it as you want. And it's obviously in decibels. I just followed instructions I found on the internet. Some guy calmly explains in text what you need to do, because it's not obvious. Because you need to select our master mix, then you need to like add these exposed parameters, and you need to rename them, and then you need to access with get float and set float, and set float you need to set without keyword, but keyword you can use only for like proper float. You cannot select like the value of the slider, so you need to save it in your float and then set the value for slider separately, but it's working. The most interesting thing I have set here, so it's like actual setting. So this standard music stuff is no surprise for you. It was good for me to finally work with master with audio mixer, because for my previous game I like did it by multiplying volume of source by some value from 0 to 1. Sounds good, yes. Sounds like working. But this is like proper way to do it. Just finally learn it. And this actually changes the how fast you need to click. Because when you want to stop, so for your actions, yes, it's like waiting. What comment are you typing in me? Yeah, I also changed this value to like only for one, so it's and for pushes and for releases the same amount of speed, because I think it's no difference, it's like better difference in the value itself. And here, so you can set this value, and here you also can see like it's 80% of typing. And you can see ding, 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 ding. So you can see how fast it is going. So you can really like, and I think you also, okay, A and D here are working. That's funny. So you can type with it, feel how do you feel it, set it properly according to your needs. Because some novice player, he will struggle with controls, because double tapping and holding is a gamer skill. So this setting is basically for non-experienced players, and this is for like pro gamers who like, come on man, I know how to do like, I think it's common key for like dodging attack in some Dark Souls like games. So some pro players will set it like, I don't need your waiting time, I can beat this game with no effort. And so we have like all three things of menu. The menu is done. Basically for map, I will only replace the image. And I will like take a screenshot, little bit of painting, that's it. And this position is also working properly. All buttons are working, text is good, except, yeah, I think in the control panel. just added some explanation that you need to press both because triple action for one will not work. So the menu is ready. Also, I see because as a solo dev, you don't draw anything unnecessary, just have concepts in your head. And it's a solo dev jam, so I don't need to explain it like a team. It's a solo dev jam. Get used how solos think. And they think differently actually because you can do whatever you want. So so first, when you launch the game, the music will play and you will see the settings. Yes, and then the return button will be replaced with continue button for the first interaction because it just makes more sense to have a like continue button. And you will like see the beautiful scene, and then you will adjust some settings as you want. Here is written that you always can do it later in the menu, so I tell you that there is a menu in this game that's controlled only by two keys. Then you click return, continue, sorry. The camera like going to kayak will do like basic camera movement by percentage from one position to the second position with rotation. And probably also I will apply some like sinus-like function to like increase it a little bit. But obviously I will just make it like percentage change, and then the value for this percentage will just be calculated with sinus function or cosinus. So it will go slower at the beginning and the end, but in the middle it will go faster. And probably the music will start again because I just like this things. I know, I will see. It's not a problem to it. I like share you my thoughts how I want it to build, so you can see how the development process is going. It's basically the thing for devlogs. Then you are near kayak and you see like, okay, so I saw this landscape. Now I'm seeing a kayak. Interesting. Yeah, and it wasn't about kayak before, it was just like sounds, but at least I do normally that I just see that I can change sounds and okay, I will see, do I need to balance it or not? And if I do, I will do it later. But it's just good to know that you managed to do it within Jam. I say it like a player, I mean. So then you go to kayak and you see this map. And it's like goes like start, end. Yes? And you see, okay, I need to move. And there is a map, basically. So I know where am I. You click continue. And then you see controls. And you're like, okay. So I can control only with two keys. So firstly you select your type. So someone will pick arrows. I prefer A and D, so it's default. And yeah, so it's changing, it's so nice. So you pick up this, and then you read, like hold for row. Okay. I mean, I hope I didn't misspell anything. I need to see it later probably. Then double press and hold for stop, and you see like pattern, boom boom boom. Then I think you will read this controls left side, controls right side, and so intuitive because it's left right. And then the funniest part, you see triple press for menu, press both. And you like do, what do I need to do? Boom, boom, boom. Interesting. Let me try. And the game starts. That's funny. That's funny. And then you just like start trying. At least you know menu and you know controls, and I made it like ding because it's like pattern of rowing, so it's just more beautiful. You see the map, you see the settings if you want, you see controls, you can change your controls, but as I said, you can change it just in the game, you don't need to click it. It just represents that. So I made this selection more like for not doing A/left, for like keeping only one button, to make it more understandable, that you don't need to, that you don't have much control, have only two buttons. And then you can like restart. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You have continue, but you also can go out of it, and then you start rowing using only your two buttons. Yeah, and the current affects you. That's nice. And return. Yeah, so it's nice. So, and the final stage will be also, so we'll go to some trigger point, probably. I see it like bridge, and at the end of river, when you entering fjord, because it was like this during my adventure. We saw it after the accident, but we were supposed to go through this bridge, and it's like a good representation that the river ends, and the camera will like just go up. The boat will automatically continue by its own, at least it's supposed, or maybe it will stop. I don't know. Probably it will be faster to do it like it stops, like camera going up, beautiful view, and final thing said, hi, I did this. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, you. Check, subscribe button. Yeah, I know. But do it. For this, I have 11 hours left. It's actually pretty much a day, because I will be jammed. Is this why the jam is jam? Because you getting jammed like with hammer after it? What? But it's not developer jam. It's like game jam. So you should be like jammed with games, not like developing them. Who knows? The layout of level I already know. It will be, I think I said it yesterday. You will start with lake, then you will go like small acceleration, maybe with some rock. Then it will be another lake, so you can get used to your controls. Then you go into like some changing river, then another lake, and then you basically starting to like go. And at the end it should be like extremely like boom, and then the river calm relaxes. You see the end. Yeah, it should be beautiful. Really quick update. So I've installed a very good asset, but I never used it before, and I know nothing about anything, so I am doing very stupid things, as I just copy-pasted the whole this asset scene, all elements that I wanted to my scene. So I'm just copy-pasting some objects like waterfall, because it has some, it's a complicated object basically. I'm adjusting some textures, some stuff, trying to do something. I have two like things. First, I like draw the level outline, and I've created like the terrain. I never used terrain before. I created terrain for this outline. So I painted first texture, I lowered under the water, and I started to raise things that's supposed to be ground. So my terrain is like mainly under the water, but I'm raising its parts, so I have like river. So I basically doing two things in parallel. Okay, it seems that water is can be shaded normally, so I need to like do two things. First is like make proper paddling experience with proper currents, all the stuff. So I need to set this. Then I have this reference thing. So most of like trees and all the stuff, it's no problem for me to set. But other stuff like this nice water that I basically wanted to do, or some rocks. I don't know what rocks. What should I use? Okay. So basically, let's just try to do something. So now I know that I can just place some objects, and I've made a mesh that looking better than mine. I still need to like figure out how to improve it visually, but I think that if I will set it up like texture painting properly and trees and all the stuff, it will just look nice, at least for jam, because it's like 3-day jam. So I'm starting to get this deadline nervous. I mean, I still have like 8 hours, but I need to finish as quickly as I can. So what I will do. Hi. It is 2 hours 20 minutes left, and I have basically the game. I don't know if it's playable or not. I mean, it should be playable, but it's just too long. It's relaxing, and it's really hard to test relaxing games when you are not relaxed, and you can't relax. But sounds also, but I'm sure that all stuff should work. So I did like rocks, and I found a bug. Not bug. So I did rocks. I did simple testing and found that when you're like hit by rock, current like pushes you forward it and you can't escape. So for each rock I basically added a current that goes rather left to right, because in real life you have more like pedaling stuff. And I also noticed that like back pedal, I miss it a lot. I like back pedaling. to like simply reverse yourself, turn around. But I notice it only now when game is almost finished. So the terraria is ready, all everything is ready. Some Easter eggs also, not Easter eggs. I just placed campfires in 2 places, so they symbolize different stages. So like very easy, middle, and hard. Now we will add story things. So it's 2 things. Oh yeah, I need to play river sound. Don't forget. So we will add this, add playing river sound. We will I have like 3 river sounds, like calm, really hard, and not so hard. I have like different music. We will also play it. It's also already in Manager. So it will be just boxes that you like go in. It takes, okay, step complete. Let's change music. It's ready. It's not ready. It's easy. The word is easy. As I was saying, I very like the idea of camera that is like sitting somewhere and you like select your settings and then and goes to kayak, and then you like boom boom boom, okay, and you go. So basically I need to do this. We will do this. What else? Yes, and of course the end. So the end box will just probably pause game and camera will fly. I don't know. Probably it will just appear like this. Maybe I will do this. Maybe it just screen. You did it. You completed. Because complete, it's not so important how the game itself. So the start is the most important thing, because people will decide whether they want or not by starting it, but not by finishing. So obstacles ready, animation start end. Yes, let's do this. I have 2 hours and 20 minutes for doing everything. Okay, so need everything to do. Let's finish it. I just finished submission. So in last 30 minutes I did testing, and settings are very high, so I tried to like set medium by like selecting disabling particles and some advanced and like lowering terrain settings, and then I also did like ultra low settings by removing by and disabling all particles, because I kept like in medium version I kept for waterfalls, because come on, they are few and they're so beautiful with it. But I disable all trees, everything. Now I will test it on my small PC, old laptop. Let's see. But like I uploaded last file in exact second as jam ended. So now screenshots. Let's do it. Skål, brothers and sisters. I did it. So my second jam in 2 weekends. Basically, it's not just 2 weeks, it's shorter. So the first jam started Friday, it's Monday, so it's like plus, it's 10 days. In 10 days I made 2 games. Technically speaking, in 7 days, because 3 days I was resting after it and doing some other work-related things, because you can't just do games, unfortunately, all the time. I would say it's a very interesting experience, because with my first jam I've actually just refreshed all the developing things and learned some skills, like catched some bugs, some bad behavior in Unity, for example, like that when you set in disabled a game object, it doesn't triggers on trigger exit. Why? You literally exit in trigger with it, and some people have written like custom solutions for it, but I don't know. Still, I just don't sure in general how Unity works, and what is better in it is these trigger events are really simple and lightweight or not. But this game, as you saw, it's built on trigger events manually. So all the acceleration things, it just some different parts of boats, like different spheres around it, they catches these trigger points, and they like telling, okay, I'm getting this force from this direction, and I am so far from the center of mass, so do some stuff, dear rigid body, and it accelerates, it rotates, and do all the stuff, and it looks like a kayak because it's simulation basically of these processes. As you may know, the simulation doesn't require to be like fully so it's simplification of processes. This is the hardest thing in developing, creation something. You need to simplify but keep the processes like readable, like yeah. So if you saw this game and you think, oh, this you just used a lot of assets, go check my other games. In those I haven't used basically almost any asset. And for this game I just realized that it's not rational. So the rules for Jam, they allow you to use free assets, and you still can apply to, and you still can count to receive the win prize. I mean, you only like getting out of this badge, you can receive it only if you used paid assets, and they are all free, you can use them too. And it's so awesome, because with these simple things, your mechanics that you spend time on, they are what I was saying. You don't need paid assets to do good game, and you And it's not about using assets to make something good. You need, if you want to be a good solo or a team, you need to be able to handle all aspects of developing, all of them. You need to be confident in all of them. And assets, they can only save you time. And these skills, they are not a big part of the skills. It's just learning and trying to do something and finding your own way to do something. So for example, I have a pretty good way of debugging. So I know that some guys like CodeMonkey uses like console commands, but in Unity you don't have built-in console. You have only assets. I think he is using paid asset, but it's not so expensive, but still. So this asset allow you to like type commands and check something while you are playing. But I found a pretty good solution. If you want to do some action when you are playing, but you want to call some function and you know what function you want to call, you just need a Boolean variable. I name it a debug action that you make public or serious field, serialized field, it's called in Unity. It's private, but you can see it in inspector. And then you just, on your update or fixed update if you want, you do an action, so you check whether this boolean is true, and if it's true, then you setting it false. And if it's false, then you just returning that, then you're doing nothing. And it's basically a button. It's basically a button in inspector that allows you to just do what you want. Because with this compilation time and launching time, you don't want to close inspector. You want to like continue doing some stuff like collecting all bugs, because so I've noticed that when I was finishing this game that I made, so it left 1 hour before close of submission, when I started to build a game to different platforms, to Windows and Linux, because Mac is taking some time and I don't think that devs will use Mac. Well, I mean they can, but I don't know what settings they should have, and so I will need then to render. So I mean I submitted my low Windows version in the last second of Jam. I mean it was that downloading while the Jam was finished. So I had no chance to build in Mac with this timing, and this is because I've had a bug that I've encountered a very unlovely, unpleasant situation when you're developing something in time, that one of my things that I wanted to show just didn't work. It's a map. So I've made it a script in advance that should work with only like 2 cubes that are in corners of map, and then I've just added a screenshot, isometric basically screenshot of my whole map. I cropped it by these cubes, and it should work perfectly, because it's just calculating coordinates between these cubes and calculating where the player is. And because you have like a square system with two vectors, it's always square system. So it should work perfectly, but for some reason it didn't work, and I spent some time trying to get it working. But the problem is that I wanted to show it in. So I did a beginning sequence. It's basically I spent last hours making the first impression of my game. So when you open the game, you see like for some distant hill the settings, and you can set some settings. You can set music. You see that there is a music. Then you like continue and you flying to a kayak, and it was supposed that you like opening map and you see, okay, there is a map. I can use it if I'm getting distracted. Then I can see where I should go. And it was supposed to be like begin and end, but I didn't have time to write it because map didn't work, and I was needed to switch it off. And then I did just was some problems how to skip one step if in my sequence. Basically, I forgot to add return to if statement, and so it was like one variable plus plus, and then it was going from this if to the second one and immediately going to the next step, and it was supposed to return and then enter from beginning and wait for proper time. So this took me some time, but the most time took like compilation and seeing this camera flies, because I didn't want to change something in it because I could broke something. And it's really time consuming. So I would say it was like, as always, basically it's always better to be skilled developer, know what you are doing, know every step, be professional with every tool, know every engine, every program, have written a lot of scripts. But who are these people? Nobody is perfect. So the thing is that just you need to just try, and that's it, basically. Do what you can. Do what you can, and let it be what it be. I will continue fasting, basically trying to relax from Berserker mode that I entered during these weekends, but the game worth it. If I will receive 100 euros or dollars, I will definitely submit it to Steam, but after fixing the problem with rock. Okay, I need to go. As always, don't count to stop working when jam is over, because you still need to do like description, screenshots, make a video, like teaser video, edit page settings, all the stuff. So when people will try to rate your page, rate your game, they will see nice page, and then they will decide to actually play it. So it's morning next day after the second jam, and I am redoing GIFs because for some reason they have like black sides on top and bottom, and Also, I need to like do more than one GIF because I forgot to compile others. And GIFs are hard for each because you need to compress them very low because they need to be like 3 megabytes top. So the work continues. But I think at least now Tundra can join me again.